Hello, I go by Lily, and this is my May Reads video. First, we have Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, the Danmei. I reread volumes 1 through 4 and read volume 5. I'm quite sad this series is over. I really much enjoyed this series. There will be spoilers in this. I'm not going to say names because I will butcher them. I had written down some things after rereading volume 5. I had figured out that the corpse they were piecing together would eventually be put together at the end. I thought that he would be the one who ended up killing, but not exactly what happened, but kind of. Reading it through the second time, I figured out who their helper was. I still wasn't 100% sure, but it really made sense in my head why they would be their helper and how easy it was for this character to wear a mask, and the image around the character just made it easy for them to hide what they were doing. Now, most of the volume is extras, which most of them were spicy, so if you're not old enough, don't read it. I honestly don't know what or how much I'll read after this, as I've been obsessing over this series for weeks after binging through everything, then rereading. His Majesty's Proposal. I read this on Webtoons since it was going to be put on WebPass or whatever it's called. So I read through the whole thing, 103 chapters. I quite enjoyed it. I think that I wasn't quite in the right mood to read it. I still really liked it. I was just so hung up on Grandmaster that anything else that I read just didn't hold my attention. The art in the series is very pretty. It's not quite an isekai, or at least that's what it seems. They have memories from their past life, which seems to be a more modern time, but the world or time seems to be in the past, or place is just not modern. Skip and Loafer. I read volumes 1 and 2 and thought it was okay. I know a lot of people like this series, and I can see why people enjoy it. It's cute and just everyday life of the main characters. I do want to reread it at some point, as I was really tired when I was reading it, so maybe I just wasn't in the right mood to read it. I think I'd like a bit more conflict in my stories. Like, everything just flows a little too nicely. Like, I understand that the main character is a bit oblivious with some social cues. I think that maybe I just don't relate to her character. She just lets a lot roll off her shoulders and go on about her day. I'll give it another shot though and see if it just wasn't the right day to read it. My Happy Marriage. I read volume 1 and really enjoyed it. I really can't wait to see the main character be loved. She's been through so much crap from her family that she deserves it. I kept looking at the pages left and thinking, oh no, there's only that many pages left. I really want volume 2. The art is very beautiful and they did a really good job conveying emotions, including the emotionless stare and blank faces very well. Both of the main characters can be very stone-faced at times and go off in their heads and to save themselves from reality. This is quite dark. There is abuse, and the women are treated as bargaining chips instead of being their own person. That a lot of the men only see the main character as to what children she will have and the power that the children would have. They give little thought to the main character. Now, there are good characters, and I can't wait to see them love her the way she should be loved. Getting Closer to You. I read volumes 1 through 4. It's about a high school student obsessed with muscles. For the most part, it's funny. The main characters are in their own little world of muscles. I had read the preview and was like, this seems really funny. I haven't been too into high school manga as of late, but wanted to give it a shot. I will say, had the preview showed the forced non-consent kiss, I probably wouldn't have picked it up. That happens within the first chapter. Besides that, I did enjoy it. It's not something to take too seriously. Since it's mostly focusing on muscles, there's a lot of skin being shown. I do think it gets better later on. I really think the forcing of the first kiss didn't need to be there. By the end of volume 4, I wanted to read the next one. It's it definitely picks up. I'm not usually one for sports manga, but this one focuses more time not on the sport that I don't mind. If you're looking for a sports romance, this doesn't have a whole lot of sport in it. Something's wrong with us. Since Kodansha gave away a bunch of digital volume 1s, I got to try out this volume 1. I see a lot of people talk about this series and rave about it. I did like it, but I didn't like it enough that I want to go out and get the rest of the series. Enemies to lovers and cooking or baking isn't my favorite thing, which this series has both. I'm quite disappointed that I didn't like it, since I know a lot of people like it so much. Those Not So Sweet Boys, another volume 1. This series seems to be hit or miss for people that I've seen videos of. I'm so glad I got to try this out before, as I was planning on picking up this series in the future, hoping someone would sell it as a set, since there's only 7 volumes. However, I don't plan to do that anymore. This one was a miss for me. The chairman, or whatever his position was, blackmails the main character into getting these boys back to school. They're not bad boys, they're just misunderstood. The best part of the manga was the Corgi. Gotta love the dogs. Nina the Starry Bride, Volume 1. The art in this manga is just gorgeous. I think I'll need to try this one again at a later date. I couldn't really focus on it for some reason. It's a lot of setup for the first volume and not really a whole lot happened. I'll give it a retry at some point. Heroine for Hire, Volume 1. I had this one on my list to get at some point. I saw a preview or something. Both of the main characters are people pleasers. The main guy just can't say no, which lands him in a bunch of hot water with other guys. He just hangs out with girls and can't say no when they want to be friends. Main girl has been learning martial arts since she was young and is really good at it. So lots of sports clubs want her to join, but she just wants to be a regular girl in high school. I really didn't like the male lead, which really killed it for me. Perfect World Volume 1. I had read a preview for this and I wasn't 100% sure about it. Reading the first volume completely, I liked it. I will say there is something about the first chapter that I just don't like, but I can't put my finger on it. By the end of the volume, I wanted to keep reading, which I currently only have volume 1 and 9, so I'll have to wait to read further. You Got Me Senpai, Volume 1. I really thought that maybe high school manga was just not for me anymore, as I've been getting a lot of misses, but this one proved me wrong. I found it really cute. It drew me in at the start with the lyrics on the desk. The main characters are adorable. If you're looking for a manga where the characters get together right away, then definitely check this one out. It's more on the mature side of teenage romance. It's not just holding hands and freaking out. They kiss and other stuff, not adult content. Just exploring. This will probably be my last reads video. I just feel I'm not very good with these ones and would rather focus on videos that I will enjoy making for you guys. So haul videos will be out every first Monday of every month, then whatever other videos sprinkled among the month. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and drop a comment with what you read this month. If you have any video or book suggestions, leave them down below, and have a wonderful day.